What's going on? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are back with another episode of
Industries Most Wanted.
Industries Most Wanted. And look who I got checking in tonight. Kickman Teddy, what is going on? Hey. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on? How you doing? It's good to see you.
Oh man, I'm I'm thrilled. I'm overjoyed. I'm happy. I'm just in a good space right now, and I'm blessed, and I'm just trying to keep it moving.
Well, listen, that's what I'm talking about. Definitely a blessing to have you here. We got a lot to talk about. You and I were already chopping it up, and Slick had an interview before we went live. But we're going to jump right on into it. So, you grew up in West Memphis, Arkansas, and you now call Memphis home. So, let's talk about that. You
Okay.
know, when people say Memphis versus West Memphis, kind of break that down for us. 'Cause, obviously it's the west side of Memphis, but is there really like a difference between someone saying I'm from Memphis versus being West Memphis?
No, I don't really compare the two. I've grown up in both places, and I got relatives over there on both sides. So,
Mm,
I just look at both of them like both homes. Both of them are divided. It's Arkansas side and Memphis. You got the Arkansas and Tennessee. So that's the only thing that separates it. But I got family in both. So and I was
got
born in Memphis. So
all right. So, obviously we know Memphis is heavy on music. It has been for many, many years. A lot of legends have been created out of the city and still are, so obviously big up to Memphis. How did Memphis inspire you, influence you to want to do music?
man, the sound, the culture, the food, it's just all around. It's just that southern hospitality, that we have, especially with music, and just being able to grow up, under it, and to have the background and the history to go along with it. So, I'm just piggybacking off of them, the Isaac Hayes and the Rufus Thomases, and the list goes on. So, I mean, it's so many greats that comes out of Memphis, and I stamped that. So,
Absolutely. So speaking of some of the greats, who give us one or two music artists from Memphis that maybe their journey, their hustle, their grind has really motivated you.
a lot of people don't know. Um, Back in the early 2000s, I was signed to Justin Timberlake through a band of mine that I was with at the time, Free Soul, Freesol, and we signed a deal with Justin Timberlake, and he shopped us a deal to Interscope Records. But I had the opportunity to experience, just being under his leadership, and that showed me a lot, and taught me a lot, and showed me many different ways, even with just being an artist and being able to record and how to record. So I learned a lot being under his leadership, and I really appreciate him for that, and giving us an opportunity.
Absolutely. That is amazing. See, that's something I didn't know. That's why these type of conversations are important because people are going to learn something new about you. So, man, that is such a beautiful journey. And I want
Thank
to quickly say shout out to everybody already tuning in. Shout out to my homie BK Just over there on Twitch.
you, Ryan.
Bro, it's so funny. BK, I was just thinking yesterday because I had heard one of your shirts that you gave me, or the pink ones. Shout out to BK Just checking in. That's the homie right there. He also supports, all the artists that I have on the forum. He's out there in New York doing big. So
Yes.
definitely. So your name Kickman Teddy comes from your drumming background. How did the starting as a drummer with your
I think it's going something technical going on.
oh,
Um,
I don't know what happened.
and then we switch sides. Okay, I got it now. One more time, the question. What was the
uh
question?
so yeah, going back, you've spent time as a drummer. You have
Yes.
a drumming background. How did starting as a drummer influence the way you approach music, like your songwriting and stuff? Does it have any influence on it?
Oh, Very much so. Like, I mean, in every way, I not only have the gift of playing drums, but I write, and it's just I hear melodies all the time, and even when I started writing, I incorporated, drums, the rhythm, the pattern first, and so that goes along into everything that I do. So from just the musical to the writing to everything that I incorporate that. So
Got you. Absolutely. I think that's super dope. I don't know what happened. It blipped out for a second and it
right. Yeah, I know. I was like, what's going on?
You know what I think it is like I'm hardwired connected, but every now and again there's a malfunction in the Wi-Fi stream, so I don't know, but yeah. Definitely. So you spent time as a drummer for Free Soul, am I saying that correctly, which was signed to Justin Timberlake?
Yes, but before then, I want to go back a little bit. I started writing early uh, in a gospel choir called Billy Rivers and Angelic Voices of Faith out of Memphis, and he just put me on the spot one night to write a song. And from then on, like, I just took it from there and started writing more for that choir, and that opened up many more opportunities for me to even travel the world. That was my first experience before even, before getting into hip hop and all of the other genres of music that I was experiencing at the time. But that just opened many more doors for me after that. And then I was able to go into Free Soul, as a drummer, as a writer, and producer and creator. So the journey just, began to get more greater as I went. It got bigger for me and grew for me. My role began to change more, um, even, outside of being in the industry, but before the industry, um, it was already there.
Got you. And you made a transition from being a band member to a solo artist.
Yes, I did.
What motivated that move, and do you think that you found your voice during that shift, like who you really want to present to the world during that shift of a band member to a solo artist?
At the time, it was just me wanting to be different and do something different and step outside of the norm. Everybody else saw it before I did, really. I was just experimenting with it at one time and just doing it, without even thinking about it. But it was always there, But I was the one to just, be behind the drum set and just, following and learning at the same time. So,
Got you. Most definitely. And, for the people that are tuned in that may not know the journey, you've been professionally doing music for a long time, over 15 years. What has kept you inspired, evolving, creativity? What has kept that fire going? Because this is not an easy business all the time.
man, just the people in my life, the people that push me, the people that um, just make sure that I stay working and doing what I need to do. All the people that support me, I see those people, because along this journey, sometimes you just feel alone. So I want to really appreciate the people that appreciate me. And so,
Listen, I feel like that's something that we learn through life, no matter what we're doing, is we appreciate the people that appreciate us, because what we are going to learn along our journey is not everybody is who we think they are. You know, people come and go, and we got to be okay with letting them be who they are over there, right? But not everybody
yeah,
has to come on our journey, respectfully, but that's life right there.
it's life. It's life.
So we're going to talk about your current single, but we're not going to get into it quite yet because we just want to build that anticipation. You have a current single called Body. It's gaining a lot of attention. What was the inspiration behind the record, and what do you want your listeners to feel when they hear it for the first time?
I mean, let's take it back to the party, when how it was just feel good music when you entered the building. You knew it was a party just by the vibe, the music, what gets the people moving. So I wanted something for the ladies and to get them to moving, because we take the focus off of so much, so sometimes in the music, that we forget about what we're saying in the music. And that's important to me because I'm first and foremost a true artist in it, and where I come from, we create it naturally without all of the technology. We were able to experiment with sounds. So um, I just wanted to create something for the ladies and say that I appreciate you, you, and to embrace yourselves and hold your head up high, and really wanted to speak, back to the ladies and say, don't be so caught up and be vulnerable to, to open up and feel free about your body. So I created Body for all the ladies, that may be feeling uncomfortable about yourselves, to hold your head up high and, let's see their body, So there you go.
Absolutely. And I feel like now more than ever, we need that because there's a lot of women out here who feel insecure about their body because of social media. Like, to each his own, everybody that chooses to do what they do, but a lot of women feel like they have to go out and completely alter the natural God given body when
Yes.
really at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what other people think. It's what we think about ourselves. I feel like it needs to start there first, So I love the fact that you're inspiring and encouraging women to, be comfortable and love who they are in their own body. That's
But
beautiful.
it's funny because they're encouraging me to keep doing that, and I, that's the reason why I do it, because you are important, everybody's important, and sometimes people talk bad about other people when it's not about that. It's about caring for each other, you know, and give people, kind words. That's what it's about. So I want to be an uplifter of, our ladies. And I'm just saying, y'all carry yourself, with the utmost highness, and, we see you.
So I'm going to say from on behalf of all the real women out here in the world, we thank you for that because it means a lot because not just women, men too, but people get tore down all the time. Like you said, people are going to talk about you. They're going to tear you down. They're going to, especially with social media, they're going to pick apart everything about you versus finding the good in you. And to have someone come along and provide inspiring words and say those kind words, it really means a lot. So definitely, like I said, on behalf of the women out here, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So my homie BK just has a question for you. He likes to chime in. Is it okay if I ask you some of his questions?
Sure.
So he said, "How do you feel about the hip hop and R&B genre since it's the most critical? Since it's the most critical of its artists, like because I feel like yeah, it is. People have a lot to say. How do you feel about that?"
uh, I mean, I feel like we're gonna. I know everybody gonna feel a certain way about both, and me being an artist, you know, I just try to tell artists to keep being artists and keep being creative, no matter what people think, and that's just what it is with me, I just, you know, I don't really feel it. I don't really feel, any kind of way about both. I just feel like um, we can get back to a lot more originality, you know, when it comes to certain, artists and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to portray.
I agree. I agree. There's a lot of non-originality going on out there. So I agree. I feel like at the end of the day, it's just about being yourself and
Yeah,
giving the world yourself because vulnerability comes with being a music artist. You have to be a bit vulnerable because people really want to know you. They don't want to know this facade that some artists are putting onto the world. They want to know who you are as a person because that human element has to come out so they can relate and resonate to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Definitely. And you've got some accolades. You've shared stages with some legends. We're talking T-Pain, Snoop Dogg, Elton John. Like,
Yeah.
That's mind blowing. Is there a particular performance or moment when you were on the road? Because you've traveled the whole world. You let's make it clear, y'all. He's international. He's traveled the whole world. Any particular moment with one of these artists or stages that really just stands out the most? Maybe something, a learning lesson, or just a moment that really felt good for you?
Oh man, it was. I remember. I'll never forget. We were playing Lollapalooza in I think Chicago, and it was like 90,000 people out there. And all of a sudden, the band told me to go up and do a drum solo before we were to go on, and it was the most humbling. It was the most insane out of body experience I ever felt before in my life, and that's a time I'll never forget. And just having that many people out there watching you, um, just it's a surreal moment. So um,
Absolutely. Now, that is a surreal moment. So, with having the opportunity to tour around the world, did
mm,
traveling globally impact your perspective on not only music, but the culture of music as well? Because, every place you go, the culture is a little bit different, whether it's, how people live, the music. Did it change your perspective on that?
it did a lot. Just the beat, the ambience, I mean, it's the emotion, the feeling, like just seeing the way they move and the way they dance, and it's a whole nother expression that it's unless you see it, you'd be like, man, like this is really on another level, because when you come from a certain place, you only think from that place unless you get outside of there. You know what I'm saying? So, but me having the experience to experience the actual experience of that, I began to see more than just music. It's an expression, it's an emotion. Uh, it does a lot to people, you know, and I mean, even the conversations that you have with people is different.
Yeah.
It's it's breathtaking. It goes beyond the scenery sometimes, you know. Uh, I can't even explain it. It's just
People would have to experience it for themselves to really understand, I feel like, what you're talking about. And BK asked, was you scared? Like, was it at all like intimidating traveling the world, jumping on stages with these mega superstars?
at times, because I feel like uh, we were moving at such a rapid pace and a rapid speed, and sometimes it's hard to slow down and it's hard to see. That's why so many artists go throw themselves overboard. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it'll lead you to crash and burn if you don't be careful. And you have to really know what you're getting yourself into when you're yourself into it. That's from anything from contracts. It's just a fast pace. It'll eat you up if you're not careful, and some people don't make it back from it.
I can imagine, like, it's got to be a lot on you, especially being out on the road, not being able to go home and get in your own bed every single night and not
Yeah,
knowing what to expect from one day to the next, hitting a new city, like, it's got to be a lot on one person. You got to have a strong mental to be able to do that.
yeah. People only see the finish. They don't see what goes into everything it took to get to that point. They only see the you know this side of it. They don't see the inside of how all of this have to happen for this to take place, and that's what they don't see.
Absolutely. It's like, I think about people who are on tour that do it night after night after night. I'm like, I'm tired from one event going out. The whole next day I'm tired. Like, I don't know how my body could handle one night after night after night. Like, so I commend anybody who can do that, because I would imagine after this tour you're going to need a little rest, a little hiatus to kind of recoup.
About what people like Chris Brown go through, and he dancing every night. Think about what it has to do to the body physically. Like people don't even think about what he's doing night in, night out, like dancing and singing. That's taking a toll on you at some point.
Absolutely. At any age, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe someone who's, early 20s could handle a little bit better than someone my age that I'm 51, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like at any age, it could definitely take a toll on you. So, but that is beautiful that you've been able to experience that. And outside of music, you're exploring fashion, shoes, even videography. What
Mm.
drew you into like ventures and outside of music? Because I feel like it's important that we do multiple things. What drew you into these other ventures?
I just, um, I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it, and I just start pushing myself, and like a couple weeks ago, I started shooting my own videos. Uh, a lot of what I'm about to come out with now, I shot a lot of it. So, and I'm shooting other artists' videos now. So, that's just a little plug for me right there. But I just find it fun, like something new. It's like being recreating myself all over again. So, and that's a good feeling because I don't want to get, just one track and, stay on one track. I want to experiment everything. So, I find fun in it. Like it's not work anymore. It becomes fun to you when you dedicate yourself to it and it's yours. So, I mean, yeah,
It has to always remain fun because I feel like the moment it starts feeling like a job, even though we have to treat it like a job, because we have to clock in, all the time, every single day. But the moment it starts feeling like a job that you don't want to wake up and go to every day, we've all been in those moments where like you wake up and you feel sick to your stomach, like, man, I don't want to go into that job today, right? When it starts to feel like that, then it's like, okay, you might need a change or a pivot or whatever, because this is your passion. It should be something you have love for all the time.
right, right,
Definitely, 100%. So you've released music independently through Martian Boy Music.
yes.
What does ownership and independence mean to you at this stage in your career?
It's freedom, and I don't think a lot of artists really know what that means. Your freedom is your freedom. Your freedom means you own it, and yeah, you're gonna have some struggles to get it off the ground, but you know. I just it's a brand, like it's yours. So I'm the boss of that. I own that, and nobody can tell me what to do with it but me. So when you own something, that means it's yours. So I rather own it than somebody else.
Absolutely. I feel like that's a major topic that is not talked about enough in this industry is ownership because a lot of young artists are so anxious to get signed that they don't read the fine print or they don't have legal representation to read these contracts and not realizing that they're basically signing their life away. They don't own their masters anymore and it
Right.
becomes very frustrating. So I love the fact that you took complete control and complete ownership over your work. That's your work, nobody else's.
It's nobody else's but mine.
BK asked, are you moving away from the music scene gradually, or is it something you think you'll always do because you've got these other ventures going on?
Well, I'm just throwing it out there, and I'm not gonna lie, it's all been positive. So it's like I must be doing something right. So uh, this pretty much sums it up for me. I'm just trying to do the right things and make the right decisions. So,
Absolutely. And within your music, you're known for blending soul, rock, and hip hop. I love the fact that you are, multi-genres with your music. For someone who's hearing you for the first time, or maybe they're discovering you for the first time through this interview or wherever it may be, how would you describe your sound without boxing yourself in? If someone says, well, what kind of music do you make? What would be your answer to that?
it's for the world. It's universe, universal uh, music. It's for everybody, and I create music on that style where everybody can listen and it feels good. So that's the most joy I get out of it, knowing that I made something that um, not only makes myself move, but make others move. And that's the way I want to keep it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, I know you're a producer. Are you producing for other artists outside of producing for yourself?
Yes, indeed. I'm working with, some amazing artists that we all work together and we all share the same stage and we all, we rock together. So, yeah, I got some up and coming stuff I'm working on too as well. So,
Okay, so as an artist and a producer, how do you balance creating for yourself versus like collaborating and creating for others? Like, is that ever difficult for you? Like, do you ever create for others and be like, man, I want that for myself?
I do that a lot, I do that a lot, but, I try to create with, artists that we have a connection, Um, I don't just want to find myself with working with, just anybody, but the right fit understands, and
Yeah. Everything has to make sense.
yeah,
Every move you make has to make sense. Even when you're collaborating with someone, for example, if you're maybe looking to bring them on as a feature or they want to feature you on their song,
right,
okay, that's cool, but what are they going to do to help contribute to this record other than putting their voice on it? Are they going to help market it? Are they going to make an appearance in the video? Are they going to show up to the shows when it's time to perform it? Like, if they are not willing to do all of that, maybe not every single time, but
mhm,
here and there, then it's like, what's the point of doing a song together?
right, right, and all of that makes sense, and I want to, those are the people I want to be working with,
Yes.
the people that, I mean, it's got to sound good, it's got to look good, all of that, and like you were saying, I think all of that takes and go hand in hand when you talk about even creating an album or a record or whatever, features or what have you. So,
Absolutely. How do you feel about the streaming aspect of being independent? That's a great topic right there because we know streaming is not paying artists their what they're worth. So artists are forced to get out and find other ways to generate revenue. How do you feel about the streaming aspect of it?
it's crazy, and I feel like a lot of artists are getting cheated because of it. And I think that's why we got to own our own. And we got to take control of and protect our art. And a lot of us don't know that we're selling ourselves short because we haven't taken over yet, and we're bigger than that. We're bigger than the industry together. All the artists that are out there, just think about how powerful we could be if we took it over, and make it our
Agree.
own, where we all could get paid and everybody could see, what they put into it.
Exactly. And I feel like that would require a lot of unity. And unfortunately, a lot of people are just not on board with that. But
Right.
man, you could get to the ultimate goals a lot quicker if people would actually come together and work together. Do you play that guitar that's behind you?
No, it actually sits in the corner because I'm never home.
I was going to tell you to pick it up and give us a little something.
No, I heard you sing though. That is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me hear a little something.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't sing nothing. I sing in the shower. Boy, let me tell you something. If I started singing, everybody would log off.
Uh-uh.
Interview done. No, I
No,
wish I had a singing voice. I really, really do. That is funny. Most definitely. So, with this song that you have, it's called Body. What
yes.
can people anticipate as a follow up for that? Because it's a beautiful record, it's a big record. What is the follow up that you have in line that we can expect beyond this single?
Well, I would say stay tuned, but the follow up is going to be something within the same boundary, same vein. Um, yeah, we're going to keep it on that level. So expect the party.
Okay, okay. So being that we're close to ending 2025,
Yeah.
coming into 2026, what are a couple of goals that you set for yourself that we can hold you accountable for?
Uh, I'm gonna keep on putting out great music, and I'm gonna make sure everybody feel it. And I want to know who rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? We going. So I want to know who down with me, and as long as y'all down with me, I'm just gonna keep on putting out great music. That's all I want to continue to do.
So I want to
Great
dive
music.
into a little bit what you just said, rocking with people who are down for you, right?
Yes,
Any newer artist coming into this, they may not know how to figure out who is down for them, who is their true fan base. As an artist, how do you decipher between who is just there for the moment or who is a ride or die for you? Like, how do you, like, is it just who's showing all the love and support? Break that down for us.
I think it's the support. You gotta have the support. I need the people as much as more than they need me. But I need the people because those are the people that's gonna let you know that they're your day ones and they've been riding with you, from day one, till the wheels fall off, and they're gonna always be there for you. So those are the people that I hold close, and I know who they are. They don't think I don't know who they are, but I know who support me. I could see it, you know.
Absolutely. What is the best way or ways for people to support Kickman Teddy right now? Because some people, maybe family members, are like, man, I love what he does, but I don't know how to support him. What is the best way for someone to support you?
Man, it's everywhere. Streaming services, Apple, Spotify, you name it, it's out there. It's at the click of a button. You really ain't got to spend the money. Just show me you love me. And just continue, support me, and that's all
Absolutely.
I ask for.
Are you currently touring now, or are you going to be back on tour in 2026?
2026, and I'm actually putting together some shows at the end of the year. So,
Mm.
and I'm actually just trying to really spread and keep the momentum going behind this record. Body.
Absolutely. I feel like that's what you have to do. It's like it's okay to release other music, but you want to find a single that you can put your everything behind. That's why it's called your single. It's the one single song that you want to get out there to the entire world. How long have you been pushing this record?
I would say well into like 6, 7 months now.
Okay.
Yes,
Good amount of time. And
yes.
BK said he finds he gets more love from strangers. Do you find that as well too? Like oftentimes it be people you don't even know that show the most love. He said, mm-hmm.
So I mean, all over the world, I got the friends that I've met, outside of the U.S. They support it, and that's South Africa. Shouts out to them, like just anywhere in the Caribbean, like different places, like far in there. So it's like I'm getting shown love from all over with this record.
So when you get back on tour in 2026, is there going to be opportunities for other artists to join you if it makes sense and it aligns with your vision?
Well, I want to do the same. I want to get in tune with other artists, not only in the States, but outside of the States, and that's how I look at my music. I want it everywhere. So I want to reach out to everybody that's willing to work with Kickman Teddy and vice versa. So
Absolutely. Do you have any like overseas or international promoters that have been working with you to book shows and things of that nature?
yeah, before I even released this record, I was doing some stuff in the Caribbean and Alaska. So I was just getting out and just creating my own shows and networking with promoters and venues of other places. So
Got
yeah.
you.
Mhm.
So, being that you've been doing this a long time and you've definitely done a lot throughout your career, right now, what does success look like to you at this stage of your career?
Success is just embracing who you are, and bringing family closer, and being it's good to be an artist, but not forget about the people around you and the people you really care about. Sometimes we can be the artist and go so hard so much we forget about all of that. We forget about our families and the people that are around us and care about us.
You are absolutely right. We can lose focus sometimes because we get so wrapped up and caught up. And I myself have done that too, where when I
Mm.
first moved here, I was so busy, so active that I was like, it made me realize I hadn't been back home in over a year to see my family. And I was like, that's not
All of
cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to stop sometimes and think about all the things that we're zooming past because we get so caught up in this on a day-to-day basis. It's so easy to do and we don't even realize it.
don't even realize it.
Going back real quickly to like booking these international shows,
Mhm.
how do you typically link with people overseas that you haven't met? In because there's a lot of scams out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fugaziness and janky promoters. How do you know who to trust and who not to trust?
Well, you just test the waters. Like, me being an independent artist, I have to test the waters because it's just me. You know what I mean? So I have to, and going there a few times and being around it, then when you start building connections in other places, it's just what it is. Um, I probably would trust more there than in the States because, you when you build like genuine relationships outside of that, it's not saying that I really put all of my trust in that person, but you got to put the work in to get, to where you're trying to go. So,
Absolutely. And I feel like we can't walk around in fear,
right,
because there are artists out here, yes, they've got scammed, and hell, I've gotten scammed in my lifetime, but it didn't stop me.
oh,
Like, like I feel like if you have that one time and someone does you wrong and you throw in the towel, it's like you're throwing everything away that you work so hard for. It's like it to me, it should be a learning lesson. You got to look for those red flags, like there's certain red flags and things that you need to look for. And if you run into a situation where someone scams you, go back and look at the situation and say, okay, what could I have potentially caught to prevent this from happening? And then you just got to take the you might lose a little money, but you keep it moving.
right.
Got to keep it moving, definitely. So,
Mhm.
looking back at your journey, what advice would you give to artists that are coming from, cities, smaller cities, but they're aiming for a global success? Something like you've done.
And stay focused and don't lose focus, but stay focused and stay hungry for it. Um, and don't fall for everything. And keep your head on a swivel because they are here to get you. And yeah, for real. But stay focused, man, and stay locked in.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
fall for the okey doke, y'all. Like, I tell artists,
stay out here.
for real, like, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I always offer artists is when, especially with having social media, we always are got people jumping our DMs trying to solicit us for different services, this, that, and the third. I tell them if someone randomly jumps in your DM trying to sell you something or they're asking you for money,
Mhm.
chances are they're either desperate for money because they're jumping in a random person's DM asking them for money for a service, or they're a scammer. So I
Mm,
typically say steer clear of people like that. You want to work with people maybe that other people have worked with and they can provide a good reference, things of that nature. So, artists, you just have to be mindful because there's a lot of people out there trying to get your money.
yes.
So we've got a single body loaded up and ready to go. Before we get into it and let the world check it out,
Mhm.
it's scrolling across the screen, but I'm gonna go ahead and have you tell everybody where they can follow you at on your socials.
You can follow Kickman Teddy on IG at Kickman Teddy, and you can follow me on all the social platforms, the streaming outlets, which is iTunes, Spotify, um, Tidal, you name it, I'm on it. Streaming today, and I got videos that are on YouTube. You can go over to Kickman Teddy at Kickman Teddy, and yeah, I'm everywhere. Instagram, Facebook at Kickman Teddy.
Make sure y'all tune in, tap in, follow the movement. He's got a lot in the works coming in as of right now and in 2026. Who do you want to give thanks to that's been supporting your journey?
Man, God first, my family, my friends. I mean, shout out to my son, Mikkel. I love you. And I mean, everybody that's holding Kickman Teddy down, everybody that's supporting my music, just everybody out there, my fans, everybody.
Is your son also involved in music at all?
He's about to be. I see him. He's got it. He's got the rhythm.
Okay, so we gotta be on the lookout for him.
I don't, I haven't shown him anything, but I can tell he's catching on. So
That's
yeah,
beautiful. He's got the perfect person to teach him the ropes. You've been doing this a long time.
no doubt.
Absolutely. So I got one last question and we're gonna check out the song. Y'all, where are we at tonight?
Industries most wanted.
You already know we are on Industry's Most Wanted. Kickman Teddy in the building. Go ahead.
Building, baby.
We in the building, baby. Baby. Tell everybody what makes you the Industry's Most Wanted.
Yo, I'm the industry's most wanted because I'm
He
hot.
popped his collar on
You know
that.
what I'm saying? And I'm taking it to the top. I want y'all to follow me. I'm about to drop. Let's do it.
I know that's right. You better tell him. That is so dope. Well, listen, bro, it was definitely a pleasure to have you here tonight. I'm excited for us to go ahead and premiere this song. Who's the producer? Did you produce this one?
No, guy by the name of Mike Sweet. He's my brother. We tour together. We've done a lot of great projects together. So he's done a lot of my music, and yeah, man, he did his thing on this joint. So I want to tell him I appreciate him, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, and one more thing. Is there an official visual for it yet?
Body got a visual now out on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube. So go hit that joint up, run them numbers up.
Run them streams up, and while you're there, hit that subscribe button. You can hit the subscribe button right now on mine too. Shameless plug.
Yeah,
Don't feel
I
scared.
see you.
Because one thing that a lot of artists rely on are them subscribers, them followers, because on YouTube, in order to get monetized, you have to have a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of watch hours. So every single person that can subscribe brings you one person closer to being able to monetize your work.
That's right.
100%. So let's go ahead and get into this record. For those of you that are tuned in on YouTube or Twitch, one of the two platforms, if you can throw up them fire emojis if you're liking the record. If there's any reason you don't like it, give us that constructive criticism. All that. So go ahead and introduce the record. We'll check it out.
Yo, it's your boy Kickman Teddy. Yo, and this joint here is called Body.
Let's get it. Y'all stay tuned.
Everybody, yeah, they perfect. And I love the way you're moving now. Talking from the back, put the work in. You ain't never gonna slow it down. All the things you could teach me that I never could see. Even when I'm asleep, you a sweet dream. You're a sweet little thing. It's turning me, it's turning me, it's turning me, it's turning me. You're turning me, you're turning me, you're turning me. Body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah, body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah, you get it hot like summer when you come in. Tight shorts, heels on, booty jumping. Drop it down low, you know you shut it down. Bring it back up before it hit the ground. To the left, to the right, then you turn around. Give them 2 steps back, start it over now. It's turning me, it's turning me, it's turning me.
Ooh, that's a whole vibe, y'all.
It's turning me, it's turning me, it's turning me. Body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah, body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah.
Drop it down low, you know you shut it down. Bring it back up before it hit the ground. To the left, to the right, then you turn around. Give them 2 steps back, start it over now. Drop it down low, you know you shut it down. Bring it back up before it hit the ground. To the left, to the right, then you turn around. Give them 2 steps back, start it over now.
Body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah, body, working that body, body, working that body, body, look at that. Oh yeah.
Moving like a highway, and I wanna have
What a beautiful, beautiful record, man. Shout out to my girl JC Rocker checking in. She said, loving the vibe. And she's a phenomenal artist herself. So BK said it's definitely a vibe. So how does it feel when other artists give you your flowers on how great your music is?
Everything you've been working for, man, all I ever wanted to do was give people quality work, yo. I built it, people told me, "Hey man, you ain't ready yet," and I accepted that. So it's like it's okay for you to listen to others when they telling you, "Hey man, maybe you should do it like this." And, you got to be able to listen, And I just want to put out quality, yo. I don't even want to put a video. I don't want to stamp my name to nothing unless it's quality work, you know. And I feel like most artists sleep when it comes to quality work, because they don't want to put the time into it. They want to rush job and feel like, okay, now we ready for video. No, you're not. You ain't put no time into it, you know. So
Man, that is such a valid point, and it's so ironic that you said that because one of my in-person interviews that I had earlier today, he's been in the music industry for over 30 years, and that was something he was talking about is you have to be okay with other people giving you some feedback or constructive criticism. You have to be okay with that because the moment that you get offended by that, you might as well go ahead and get out of business. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, some people might say it in a way that might hurt your feelings a little bit, but you got to have thick skin out here.
oh, they don't even know. Like, man, if you soft to it, man, get out the game, yo. Get out the game.
Bye.
Hey, bye, you know.
Yes, and I feel like the longer you stay in this though, that you get acclimated to that because I'm absolutely not the same person I was 15 years ago when I jumped in this. I was kind of like every little thing would bother me. Now I'm the person that probably offends people by the things I say because I've grown such thick skin. So, but that's what keeps you and people like you and I doing this for so long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. JC Rocker said, just make sure the quality is top notch and you're ready. 100%. Yes. Stop putting half-ass records out that you know damn well if you put it next to a Jay-Z record or a 50 Cent record or whoever,
And
it's
they gonna send it to you like they want you to play their record. They want to send it to you.
listen, welcome to my world. I get so many artists that will submit me songs, and the first thing I always ask is for them to send me a link so I can listen to it because I'm not going to blindly play it. And man, you would be shocked at how many artists have music on Apple Music, Spotify that's not even mixed. It's completely rough. And I'm like, and then you expect people to take you seriously? It's crazy. So thank you for sharing that because I feel like a lot of artists need to hear that.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Well, listen, bro, it was definitely a pleasure to have you here tonight. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. If you missed any part of this, it does stay permanently on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe so you can find it in. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel too. You know what I'm saying? So much love to you, bro. Much success. Happy holidays. Perhaps after the new year, once you get into tour motion, we could do this again to kind of promote what you got going on through the tour.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Listen, it's an honor to have you on here. You're a very dope and talented artist, very humble, so it's an honor to have you out here. And BK said, look for my ads. So he's going to start following you. Like he's really good about supporting other artists. So definitely. Again, thank you everybody tuning in tonight. It's your girl, TampaMystic, Kickman Teddy. We out of here, y'all. Much love, everybody.
All right. Woo. We did it. She's super dope, man.